This is Pop Culture Confidential, and I'm Christina Yerling Biru. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. So happy to have you with us. With just a few months left of 2025, there is still some very exciting movie releases coming in under the wire. Thanksgiving and Christmas provide a bounty not only of holiday cheer, but also movie magic in the theaters and on streamers. Joining me, he is better than leftover turkey, brighter than a Christmas ornament, warmer than spiked cocoa, Ryan McQuade. Welcome, my friend.
I'm also known as the Krampus
you're not.
of film criticism. No.
No.
Okay, but can I throw out an unpopular holiday opinion?
Okay, yes.
Okay. So, you know the Christmas music, right? Are you pro or anti Christmas music?
I like Christmas music.
Okay.
Are you going to Grinch Christmas music here?
Okay. Well, yes, a little bit. All right. So, because, when I was in college and I would work in the back of because I worked at as a delivery driver and stuff, and I had to prepare the meals and stuff and things of that nature, they would play the same fucking Christmas songs over and over again every day. It's like the same CD, the same mix. And so I become very immune quickly to if it's playing all month, I can't do it. So I say December 11th is the perfect time to start listening to Christmas music, because that's 2 weeks of it, and that's it. You get 2 weeks, that's it. It's kind of like a Netflix theatrical run. You get 2 weeks, and that's it. Not in November, because Thanksgiving is important. I mean, it is to me, as an American. Yeah. That's my rule in the house, and it's worked, and I don't get any complaints.
You can't do sort of genres of Christmas music to spread it out, like more jazzy Christmas music around the beginning of December, more like
That's really good, because I've just been playing jazz a lot when I've been cooking and around the house and writing. So maybe just instrumental.
Exactly, instrumental,
but not lyrical.
Snoopy soundtrack is amazing.
Oh well, you want me to cry on this podcast to do that?
I'm just saying, you could start there, move on, and then
that's fair.
Mariah, December 23rd, just to get it in.
No, not December 20th. I can listen to Mariah starting the 11th. I'm not a monster. All right, I just have a certain set of rules, because because how many times can you hear Paul McCartney simply having a wonderful Christmas time over and over and over?
Well, my suggestion is spread it out, make a little list.
See, this is why Christina's more the optimist and the better human being. I just have a firm set of rules, and I sit in a cave.
We're going to talk about movies. I'm so glad to have you back. We both have been busy. You have been just killing it with interviews this past season.
And you've been moderating every interview and rocking it with the Hollywood elites yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, patting each other on the back here, but just say a couple of the interviews you have up on the site.
Oh my God.
Jafar Panahi, amazing.
Jafar Panahi, which was wonderful. Mary Brownstein and Rose Byrne together. Clint Bentley and Joel Edgerton for Train Dreams together. I just put up this week my interview with One Battle After Another star, Tiana Taylor. I talked with the breakout of Sinners and Miles Canton, and I've got some other stuff. I can't say who and what. I've only got one in the bag right now. But I've got some other stuff coming up soon, and it's been crazy. But then you have been, for the last month, either been traveling around the world, or you've been either sitting in a dark room with strangers talking to filmmakers and actors.
Yeah, it's been good. I talked to Benny Safdie. I talked to Alexander Skarsgård. I have stuff coming up on the show in November, December. That's really exciting, award season related. So yeah, it's been good,
It's a
and I
busy
need it
season.
because I'm not good at the cold and darkness. So I'm happy to work a lot this time of year, but
Yeah.
until
Wait, is it like cold and dark where you're at?
it's like yes,
God, I would love that. Are you kidding
you
me?
wouldn't. You'd
Yeah,
like it
I
for a
would.
week.
No,
A
I'd
week.
love
It's
it.
exotic.
I'll do a we'll do a Nancy Myers the holiday. You come and stay here in 80-degree yuck, weather, and then I'll go and stay where you're at and be with
Okay.
Peter and watch old Bergman movies in the cold.
I was thinking you were going to suggest we would do like a Lindsay, like we were twins and no one could tell us apart. All right, let's get started. So, my idea for this show is that we are going to preview a bunch of major releases from now until Christmas because there's some
Yeah.
exciting things coming up. Some of the stuff we have both seen, some of it maybe you've seen or I've seen, and some of it's just expectations and what's coming up. So I want to start already with this weekend, theatrical releases in the US and streamer releases. And why don't we start with one that we both actually have seen and seen together? Telluride, Jay Kelly,
Jay
Noah
Kelly indeed.
Baumbach's movie, written with Emily Mortimer, with George Clooney, Adam Sandler, Laura Dern. The movie about where Clooney kind of plays a version of himself, a movie star, his devoted manager, played by Adam Sandler. They take this journey to Europe to. He's getting a big achievement award in Italy, while at the same time he's going through sort of an existential crisis as to has he spent enough time with his daughters? Who is he really? What's going on with his career? Thoughts?
I think it's one of Baumbach's best films. I think Clooney's magnificent. Sandler's very, very good here. And then it's just filled with tons and tons of actors that are just delivering fantastic performances. Laura Dern, Billy Crudup, Patrick Wilson. Just, there's even like a small little part from Jim Broadbent that's really great. And, I've seen the film now a couple more times because Netflix, man, they just love showing you a movie over and over again during the season. And it's been interesting. I mean, it's played. I mean, I'm not going to talk about awards chances with it, I guess. But it's been interesting because the movie has settled for me, and I still find it to be really funny and really beautiful. But it's still also very personal for Baumbach and kind of universal. Like it is about this kind of more unlikable movie star. I think Clooney's getting to see him at Q&As and stuff. He's far different than this man.
Yeah, yeah.
And because he doesn't have those regrets, I mean, like to hear Clooney talk, he's a man very comfortable in the fact that like if he had to close up shop, he's got the tequila and he's got all the money in the world, and he lives on a freaking land out in the middle of Italy, and his kids are like, what? It was very funny watching the CBS in the morning interview because like he he said, yeah, I wanted my kids to have a normal life, so they bought this like 750-acre farm or whatever. And the interviewer goes like, how do you find normalcy in like an estate? You know what I mean? And he
He
goes,
doesn't know
well,
what
and
normalcy
he
is.
goes and he goes like, oh well, they have a little school. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, George Clooney. Like, get out of here. It sounds so pretentious, but
And my
like
absolutely brilliant lawyer
lawyer
wife was more
wife,
gorgeous than anyone on
yeah,
the planet.
who's
We're all normal.
honestly more important to the world
Exactly.
than you are, dude. And that's the point. But no, I just think that it's a great film about the idea of what we sacrifice for the thing that we love. And in this case, for a lot of us, it's movies. And when I was telling you at Telluride, and I think that this rings true, is that like, and I think that's why I think Peter would love it as well, is like, it is a movie about the relationship that you have with everyone around you, and that this thing that than people see up on the screen that brings them 2 hours of enjoyment can take a lifetime of memories away from you. And then the idea of the memories, all my memories are movies.
Hmm.
Well, those are choices that you make. And I think that Baumbach and Mortimer are tackling some really more complex things than I think people are giving it credit for. I think it's a really, really great film.
Yeah, I think it's funny because I really liked it too, and I thought
Yeah.
it went both from a very emotional place, very funny. It also has some magical realism. It has some loving nods to all kinds of Italian filmmakers and others. And I think it's funny that we're in the minority. It feels like not enough people really love this movie. And I find that funny because
Yeah.
I thought it was very emotional, but I think they find it a little too glossy or something for Noah Baumbach.
It's very funny because I've seen it Telluride in New York, LA, and everywhere it's played differently and it's played mostly good. And then it just, for awards purposes, I guess you could say here, I said, we're not going to do it. And then we are doing it. It's like, it just is felt like there's no real giant passion behind it, which is crazy, Christina, because I wanted to actually talk to you about something and we didn't talk about it offline, but we can bring in here. And I think it's kind of perfect. It's like Jay Kelly doesn't have the passion from the people and the voters I've talked to already, but Frankenstein does. And
Yeah,
Frankenstein's
that's
had this massive resurgence. Of it's streaming extremely well, selling out screenings, and every Q&A that it's been at.
is that a
It's
Guillermo effect? Because the movie doesn't merit that, if you ask me. I mean,
I
it's
think it's a little bit of him. I think it also is people are hearing so much about Elordi's performance from an
well,
actor
Lordy's
standpoint,
performance is good. Yes, I put that,
and
but I
those
mean,
crafts are incredible. So,
well,
it's
really
mutual.
though, the wolves. I mean, everyone is the crafts, the crafts. I mean, for me, the CGI wolves just killed me.
Yes, but there's also like the boat is built
The
exact
boat,
is
yes, the
there,
boat is
and
amazing.
those costumes are incredible, and the sets are extraordinary, and people are falling in love with its excess, and the fact that it's just like $150 million or $200 million or whatever it was. And you can see, for them, for better sometimes and for worse, you can see it all on the screen. And yeah, it's kind of like this big giant achievement. And then when you throw in him talking about that it's like very personal again for him, and this kind of closes a chapter of his career
Yes,
with
yes, he's
doing
been working
monster
on this.
movies. Yeah, like Christine say, yes, 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 sure, yeah.
No, but I mean, I
um
really love him, and
no, yeah,
I don't quite get the resurgence of
I know you do,
Frankenstein,
I know.
but
But
it's, I
isn't
mean,
that great though?
it
Like
is,
it's
it is.
I mean, it's great because we didn't expect it, right? Like we expect Jake Kelly to play so well, and be one that it would resonate with actors and people and everything. And I think we thought that at Telluride.
Hmm.
And I still think it can find its way back in. But it just, yeah, there's something about that. I guess it's going to have to go to the platform, and my parents and other people are going to have to watch it. But people are very interested in it because it is Clooney, and Sandler
He's great.
is fantastic in this. And his little scenes with Laura Dern are great. His a couple of scenes with Greta Gerwig,
And
who
Laura
is
Dern's
also,
killing it this season. We're going to get to her other movie in a
yeah, she's
bit.
killing it.
Yeah.
And but she's also having to do this in the face of losing two of the most
Lynch,
important
yeah, and
people in
her
her
mother.
life,
Yeah,
and
oh my
her
God.
mother. It's, yeah, oh my God, it's, yeah, I don't know how she did she did some press, and Eric was able to talk to her last week. I don't know how she was able to do that. That's, that's hard. I'd be like,
Yeah,
shut it down for the year for me.
yeah. Anyway, we give that a thumbs up. Go see that. Two other
Yes, thumbs
movies
up.
this weekend. Let's start with Now You See Me, Now You Don't, Ruben Fleischer's film, which is the Magicians. I have not seen this movie, but
I
it's the
haven't seen it.
third
I haven't seen it
installment.
either.
Jesse
I'm sure it'll
Eisenberg,
make.
Woody Harrelson, anything?
sure it'll make money, right? Hopefully, for the love of God, something make money.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna say,
it's
really? That too? I mean, nothing's making money. Why
well,
this
no, I
one?
mean the first two. I mean, the only way you get three is if you have two before you that
Hmm.
are successful. So, I don't know. I feel like the Hollywood's just waiting for a movie we'll talk about here in a minute. To um,
Oh
glide
God.
on in. You know what I mean? So
Are we talking? We're gonna get to it, but are you talking Wicked or Big Jim?
fair,
Take
fair
my pick.
question.
Yeah.
Fair, pick, take your
Fair.
pick.
Yeah.
Take your pick.
All
Yeah.
right, we're good. How about The Running Man? Another one this weekend. Edgar
Oh yeah.
Wright, Glenn Powell, Michael Cera,
Did you see it?
I have not seen it. Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was the
Don't see it.
original. Okay.
Don't see it. It's stinky. It's not good. I was very
Oh.
disappointed. I like Edgar Wright.
What happened to
uh,
Edgar Wright?
that was in my tweet. I was like, we need to talk about what happened to this man. This man had so much juice and so goodwill. Like I think Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim. He
Scott
made
Pilgrim
movie.
was like the my son's absolute favorite movie. We watched it I don't know how many times. I loved it too.
You
Amazing
know,
ideas and
and I like The World's End. I think that that's another really like great one for to end that Cornetto trilogy. And then when he stopped working with Simon Pegg, Baby Driver is kind of a mixed thing. I'm never going back to that movie because like half that cast just like canceled, and it wasn't like my favorite film in general from him. And then Last Night in Soho was a massive mistake, and then this one is super self-serious and very and not as fun as I wanted it to be. And I mean the only thing that saves this thing is Glenn Powell, who is kind of playing more moody than more charismatic, which I think is a mistake. And then the supporting cast: Josh Brolin, Lee Pace, Katie O'Brien, Michael Cera. They're really good. So this cast is trying to do, but it's all like five different tones. This cast is trying to do the best they can. But it's Edgar Wright who wanted to make this adaptation of the King novel and make it more about the novel than it was a remake of that original film. And it's a great concept. And I can't wait for in 30 years for somebody else to try to do it and do it in a way that's much more interesting and less like an action version of an Adam McKay movie where it's preaching its message to me.
mm-hmm.
And Christina, I'm going to tell you this: we got to retire a song. We have to retire a song from film. The the Revolution Will Not Be Televised song, which is used perfectly in very very and it's used vitally also in One Battle After Another. I heard it in Dead Man's Wire. I've heard it now in The
Yeah.
Running Man. Uh, y'all need to like talk to each other because when PTA does a needle drop, everybody else should kind of just stop using that needle drop.
Oh my God,
So
that's an amazing show we should develop. The needle drop conversation. Once a month, we get filmmakers in to talk about what needle drops not to use and they are using and
yes,
just discuss.
I think somebody's got to tap into it, and I think we're the exact people to do
Yeah.
it. But it's not very good, and which is a shame. And it's also like 2 hours and 20 minutes. So
Oh God. All right.
yeah,
Thumbs down
these
on it. Well,
movies these
I'm
movies are
not
going to
gonna.
be long, by the way. So our recommendations,
Yeah.
by the way, have to be like bulletproof. Like we recommend these things
Right. Right.
because everything now right now is 3 hours plus. It feels like.
It's long. Rounding off the weekend on in U.S. theaters and streamers is Richard Linklater's Nouvelle Vague and Seurat. So let's start with Nouvelle Vague. So that is his homage to Breathless and the French New Wave. We saw this out of Cannes. I personally really had a good time at this movie. Guillaume Marbeck, who plays Godard, I thought was a revelation, and I thought he was going to win at Cannes. I thought he was
Yeah,
good. I don't know if the French or feel this movie was a little too good for an American director. It's like, no, no. Zoe Deutsch is also great as Seberg. And I just think, I'm just amazed at how Linklater can make two smallish but still big movies about, you know, art and cinema and just really kind of took my breath away. So I really highly recommend Nouvelle Vague. Maybe mostly if you're a cineast, but still.
Yeah, I mean, like it's an interesting yin and yang between the two of those movies because Nouvelle Vague is this celebration of the rise of a new voice in the French New Wave with and the signature film in Breathless, and then on the opposite, it is the crumble of a partnership and yet the rise of another one with Rodgers and Hammersteins instead of Rodgers and Hart.
Hmm.
And in it has these two central performances that are incredible. Malbec, yes, is insanely great in Nouvelle Vague, and so is Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon. But it shows the versatility, I think, and the desire to keep challenging the form the way Linklater is. He's our greatest collector of time and memory. I really think
Hmm.
he is. Christopher Nolan may want to talk about time, but it's actually Linklater. And because, I mean, this man he's making a movie right now that we won't see for, I think, another 15 years or something like that. And merrily we roll along. Um, with Paul Mescal and
Hmm.
Beanie
Hmm.
Feldstein. And so,
Yeah, he was saying he's going
yeah,
to be like, what, over 80 when that movie finally.
yeah, he'll be over 80.
Hmm.
Yeah, or close to it, which is crazy. But which is like, please, for the love of God, get there,
Yeah.
Rick. But maybe that's when Paul wins his Oscar. I have no idea, but I think that he's working. He's cooking right now. He's really cooking because like this and Hitman, and I liked Apollo 8.5, and he's found a new kind of inspiration and
Oh,
wave, and he's
he's,
making a lot of personal films like these movies he's been wanting to make for about 20 years a piece, either one, both of them. So, um, yeah, they're great. See them both if you can.
yeah, yeah. Sirat was not for you. I remember this. Oliver
No, it was
Lack's
not.
Spanish movie,
Did you
Sergio
see it?
Lopez. I didn't. I have still
Okay.
haven't waiting to see it, but you kind of scared me away from it. But
Judge it on,
basically,
you should see it anyway. Just
yeah,
you. I'm not talking to the listeners. You should just see it anyway, just so that I hear your
I will
thoughts.
absolutely.
Yeah.
He and his son, the character Lewis and his son travel. I guess it's in Morocco, right? Desert. They're
Yeah,
looking for
yeah,
his missing daughter, who's like on a
yeah,
rave odyssey.
yeah, yeah. I'm just
Not for
remembering
you,
the
but
movie.
lots
Yeah,
of people really love this movie. I was just listening to two critics this morning talking about how it was just such a visual and visceral experience about, sort of the destruction of humanity. They went, no?
it's. I think that that's a very complimentary way of talking about a movie that cops out at every turn and really just is a sort of empty vessel for really nothing. I think that the movie has some very interesting ideas, but just doesn't explore them at all, and it's very disappointing for me. But I'm myself and Eric and I think Sophia didn't like it either. I think we're in the vocal, more like we're not vocal about it, but we're in the minority
Hmm.
because
I
like
think so
everybody's
too.
just like, oh, Sarat, and I'm like, oh, aren't you original? You know what I mean? Like it also just is when Eric and I saw it, we saw it at the premiere in Cannes, and it was like at way late at night, and um, and there's some stuff that happens that woke us up for sure, but then it doesn't develop anything from there. So it's very surface level for me. But people have been finding things, which is been very funny to see people kind of stretch the taffy of this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it certainly is getting there's some big themes people are seeing in it,
it's
and I haven't seen some of them.
it's very funny to see when people are like, "Oh, it's all about this," and I'm like, "No, it's not." But then like and then like when they talk about other movies that I love, I'm like, Wait, so you saw all that shit in Surat, but you couldn't see this and this? Like it's like I think sometimes people can be performative, and I think for that one it's like I think you just like a good time. I don't, like I think you like vibes, which vibes for that are high, but they're also,
But is it like it is it an achievement in the sense that that Oliver Lacks is really trying something new or
I mean, define achievement. Like,
I mean, can you
like
appreciate his what he's trying to do?
I can appreciate what he's trying to do. I do think that there is a lulling of what he's trying to do. Like, the tone of it is a very lulling, repetitive tone that is, no dissimilar to something that like what Mary Brownstein's doing. If I had legs, I kick you. That's very the existential dread is there the entire time, right? But that is thematically for me more rich and explores more, even in the things that it doesn't explain. And this doesn't go all that way. It doesn't even attempt to get into some of the vastly interesting things. I think it goes for cheap parlor tricks, which
Hmm.
is really what it is. It goes for some really explosive things that I can't believe it went to, but then I'm also like, what did it really add up to? And it adds up to really not that much. So I think we talked enough about
Yes.
this
Let's
movie.
move
I'm like,
on to
shit.
November 21st. Next batch of films here. Uh, Rental Family, directed by Hikari.
Oh my
And
god.
this is Brendan Fraser starts as an American actor in Tokyo, takes a job working at this agency that sort of rents people out to play roles in clients' lives that they need, either a husband or, and he gets entangled in a couple of the stories that become very personal to him. One with a little girl and one with an elderly gentleman, and forms bonds and I actually, I mean, I liked it. I liked the idea of it. I thought it was but it was kind of, if you're talking about surface level in the last film, I mean, it felt a bit manipulative and I enjoyed the ride. I liked seeing Tokyo. I thought the idea was good, but it felt a bit like a TV movie to me.
Yeah, I think this movie kind of stinks. I really do. I saw it
I
at
wouldn't go
TIFF, and
that far.
I do. I think it's massively manipulative, and yeah, visually, it's like an episode of television from
Mhm.
on ABC, and I'm like, this is what you all asked for. You all, Academy, you gave
Who
him a
asked for
fucking
this? Oh,
you
you
gave him
mean,
an
oh,
Oscar,
Brett.
and this is what we get. We get cornball type cinema, and I think it's an interesting idea. I wish it wasn't him because it just he's not a very good fit for this, I think. And I don't, and I think maybe with stronger material it would be better. It felt so like, again, manipulative and just trying to get you to cry, and it felt like the ultimate, we want to win the audience award at TIFF. We want to be the film that tugs on your heartstring. And if you don't have like a good story behind that, if you don't like build up the characters and actually have us invested beyond just the idea of like what this job is, then it gets pretty repetitive and pretty surface level. So I know people like have responded well to it because somehow it tied with Hamnet for the fucking audience award at Middleburg, which was infuriating.
It's very
Uh,
different from
it's
Hamnet
very
in
different.
terms of emotional impact, but okay.
It's very different. But yeah, I mean,
I think it'll work well. I mean, I think particularly on when it
it'll do
comes to
well in
VOD.
streaming.
Yeah, when it comes to VOD, I think people will enjoy it at home. Moving on that weekend is a little movie that unfortunately has doesn't have any sort of PR budget at all, and I don't know how it's going to reach anyone at all, and that's Wicked for Good. Um,
Yeah,
heard of it?
no one's talking about that thing,
No one's
right?
talking about that thing. I mean, we don't even know what that is. Anyway, the follow-up to last year's Wicked, it feels like a full year of red carpets
Oh
for
my God.
Cynthia
Yeah,
Erivo and
holding
Ariana
space
Grande
and
holding space.
yeah.
We've just been holding space the whole time. John Chu, I guess there's two new songs.
Yeah.
Each one of the really spectacular singers there has one song in this film. Are you looking forward to it? So you know how I
Uh,
feel about the first one. So,
you loved it.
oh
You were
my
like,
goodness.
oh, best movie of the year. Let's lock it up. I am going into it. Okay, you want my honest opinion?
Of course I want
Yes.
you. What do you know? I don't know what you would answer to
Um,
that.
so about 2 days ago, I actually was starting to turn the tide and be like, all right, what if it's good? Like, what if it's good? Because like, I don't hate the first one. I find its presence within an awards conversation annoying. I find the people that were telling me, I hate when people tell me what to feel. And when people are like, this is the movie we need right now, I hate when I hear that shit. Um, unless I say it. But uh, I just was like, no, that's not the movie we need right now. We don't need lollipops and fucking rainbows. We need like a movie that's gonna hit us right now. You know what I mean? We need the brutalist. You know, we need one battle after another. We need Hamnet. We need things that are going to make us feel things. We need, we don't need just popcorn entertainment and fan service. And that's what Wicked was. And I was like, it for what it was, it's perfect vehicle for the fans, right? And you can't deny that the three performances are great, but like as a
They're great.
exercise, I found that to be a very empty exercise by the end. And the second act of that musical, which yes, people, I have seen it before, is it's basically like a Twilight book. It's basically like 50 Shades of Grey. It's a fan service, fan art of the
Without the whips.
without the, well, I mean, there are some whims,
Oh, okay.
but like, you gotta get the monkeys to work. But no, but it is cosplay rewriting history of the Wizard of Oz, which is one of the greatest books ever, children's books ever. It's one of the greatest films ever.
Mhm.
And it's fan fiction at that point. And I didn't like that when I was 10 years old and seeing it. So guess what? I'm probably not going to like it at 30 years old for a movie that's very, very important to myself and to just cinema to watch John M. Chu of all people, kind of, mesh it up and figure it out. It is a more serious film. And so I thought, and then they were saying, oh, they made changes to it. So I was really curious about what the changes were. And then our great friend Sophia Simonello saw it yesterday and told me some things about it. And I went, fuck, I'm gonna hate this movie.
Oh,
Because I've heard now some of the changes and I think that it might make it worse. Um and all the good songs are in the first half. So this is going to be a very interesting exercise. I see it on Tuesday. I've already told my reps because there will be regular audience members there with us. It'll be a shared screening. I already told them, I said, nobody's standing up and doing Elphaba or singing these fucking songs. Everybody's in their seats, quiet. Otherwise, kick them out. I've been serious. I told them that at Running Man, and they know I'm dead serious. I will throw a fit because I want to judge this movie while it is. And this isn't a fan screening. This is a critic screening. We're there for work.
oh,
You
you're
know,
using your angry voice now.
I'm using my angry voice
No,
now. Like,
dude, no one will is allowed to enjoy themselves and wicked
no,
for good.
you just sit down and keep it quiet. You know what I mean?
You're
I'm at
scaring
work.
us now.
I know. No one mourns the wicked today.
All right.
All right,
Okay,
and so,
okay.
but anyway, no,
It's gonna make gazillion dollars, and the songs are going to be played everywhere,
We are
and
going to have to come back and talk about it because I
yeah,
think
we'll talk, absolutely we'll talk
we're going to
about it
have to talk about it because I've already heard all the disingenuous. Well, okay, I think this we can talk about it now, and then we can talk about it after when we see it.
after.
The Ariana Grande stuff, which seems to be like pushing people out there. I feel we're playing the same game we played last year, no?
Oh
Where
yeah.
everybody said at this time when the movie came out that she was going to win, and then Zoe Saldana came and swept. And I still think Tiana Taylor's going to win. And people are underestimating one, how great of a campaigner she's already becoming.
Hmm.
And how when you talk to her like I did, there's like it doesn't matter. She's so talkative and she's been doing Q&As and everything.
And really
And
answering those questions that people have had about her character in the best
yes,
way.
willing to do the press,
Willing
which
to
is
do it.
not what you mentioned it already. They're not doing that much press. There are no global press. There's no press conferences. There's no junkets.
Yeah, but I was making a
Uh,
joke that they didn't have any money if to
I
do
know it
anything.
felt like it kind of feels like no, it
Yeah.
kind of like they're saving it all for Christopher Nolan next year, you
Mhm.
know? But like they cut it back like 60, $70 million and they're not doing a traditional thing. I think that's because they know the type of film they have here. But
Or they kind of, I mean, they
or they
maybe
burned
feel
it
a
all
bit of a
out.
burnout. I mean, it was felt like yesterday we were seeing the holding
I think
space
they
and the
put all their
nails and the.
I think they put all their money into that damn television special, which was
Exactly.
very funny because I was like, "Oh, enjoy being on the stage at the Dolby tonight because you're not going to be there in March." You know, right?
Oh my God.
I know it's mean, but it's the truth.
We'll get back to that one. Absolutely. The last one of this weekend I want to bring up is the one of the ones I haven't seen that we're discussing today, the one I most anticipate listening
Okay.
to all of you guys talk about, and that's Train Dreams.
Oh, you
The
haven't seen
Clint,
Train
I
Dreams?
have not seen it, and I'm like jumping out of my skin to be able to see this film. Clint Bentley and Greg Kuidar, who did Sing Sing, which I loved last year. Um, I understand you can tell us more about it. It's Joel Edgerton, Felicity Jones, a film about a logger who's like developing railroad across the United States and his wife and his family. And it just seems like a beautiful movie that people are having tremendous emotional reactions to. Am I right?
It is a beautiful film. It is um it's from Clint Bentley who did a film called Jockey a couple years ago with Clifton Collins Jr. He was a co-writer on Sing Sing last year, the Greg Kuidar film, and him and Kuidar wrote this film. Bentley directed it. It is starring Joel Edgerton and Felicity Jones and Carrie Condon and Bill Macy, who's incredible. And
That
it
cast.
it is a beautiful, gorgeous, lovely film. It reminded me a lot of just those films that Billy Bob Thornton wrote in the '90s that felt like these like these old school slice of life sort of novels. Like I think of oh God, what's the frickin' movie that we talked about with Carl Franklin on Director Watch. Anyway, I'll
Mhm.
get you the title for that one. It feels so lived in, and it feels not very much like a cozy book that you're reading by the fire, and then it opens up and becomes this statement about life and forgiveness and grief and the world evolving around you. It's beautiful, Christina. It's up there as the most beautiful film you'll see this year, just from a visual standpoint. Like it's impeccable, and Joel Edgerton is delivering like a masterful performance in there. So, I would highly recommend you seek this out
Yeah,
if you
no, I've
can in
had
your
so
area.
much to do. I cannot wait to see that. All right,
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
one
Oh,
false move was the film I was thinking of.
oh
Sorry.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. So we're coming into like November 26th around there. I'm going to use the M word now because the masterpiece for me of Hamnet will be out in the US on Thanksgiving. Chloe's
The
out.
greatest film ever made.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far.
Well, it's what the marketing has said, you
Okay,
know.
well, anyway, it's an incredible
Wait,
movie, but now
Christina,
you
do
just
you
sort
know?
of put a pin in the balloon here.
Christina, have you not seen that whole thing
I
online?
I thought it was a joke.
No, that was tweeted. Well, that was a real thing.
Hmm.
That it was two quotes from a publication. I'm not going to give them the time of date of naming them, but Focus ran it on their latest ad. Yeah.
All
So
right,
it
okay.
it wasn't
I hate
fanfic, it was
that because
real.
it
I
is so,
know.
yeah, I mean, that
I
just
know.
brings the whole air out of the whole thing to say that. Please restrain yourself. It is,
I have to restrain
yes,
myself.
yes.
Tell Focus to restrain themselves. Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Oh,
They're
well,
like
that
they're
was a
like
misstep. I wish they hadn't done that, but it is an incredible,
it's an
fantastic
incredible
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chloe Zhao has adapted with author Maggie O'Farrell her book, which is kind of a fictionalized account of Will Shakespeare and his wife Agnes. It's mostly about Agnes and dealing with the death of their son Hamnet. And for me, it was such a powerful exploration of a relationship with an artist, of grief, of how you can forever immortalize someone you're grieving or anything you're grieving through art. It's beautiful. The music's incredible. I love this movie.
I love it too. I joke and I kid
Mhm.
about its label. I think that that's again, obviously
This is a PR misstep. I
it's
mean
a
that.
it's a massive PR misstep too. But also at the same time, there's a ton of people saying the same shit about one battle after another. We live in
Mhm.
a hyperbolic world, and I thought most of it was bullshit. I'm like, everybody calm down. Like, go step outside and get off your phones for a little bit. Because I think this movie is beautiful. And I think it's for me, it's like in my top five of the year, maybe top three even. Um,
It's
I
top
think
three
that
for me.
what Zhao's doing here is this lovely portrait of a family and a love story that morphs into the ultimate, story of grief and reconciliation through art and through whatever avenue that
Exactly.
you can find a way to move on. And I think, we talked a lot about Jessie Buckley and how she will be in March called Oscar winner Jessie Buckley by the time The Bride comes out. But Paul Mescal is giving some of the best work of his of
He's
his
so good.
career in this
And
performance.
the first time I saw it, I was so emotional and I was so wrapped up in the astonishing performance by Jesse Buckley that I kind of sort of didn't see him. And then the second time around, I saw it. Paul Mescal is delivering a really powerful performance. Some of the scenes are, I kind of probably was so full of tears at the point that I kind of missed the little subtleties that he's doing in this role, but really good, really good.
No, really, really good. He's incredible here. I want to say Jacoby Jube, who plays Hamnet,
Oh,
is
and the little Jube kids are just
they're
killing it.
he's extraordinary in this film. Emily Watson as well too, who plays the grandmother. She's great. Everybody's great. It looks beautiful. Zhao has really topped herself in terms of
Oh,
in terms of just what she can do with the visual language. I have a great story about this real quick if you want to hear it.
hmm.
I don't know if I told you this about. Have I told you my run in with Chloe Zhao at Middleburg? Did I tell
I
you this
think you
story?
did, but
I'm going to
go
tell the
again quick.
listeners.
Yes.
I'm going to tell the listeners. So I was outside of the beautiful salamander and in the back, and I was like, I just need to get some fresh air because it gets hot. And I'm sitting out there on a bench, and I'm on my phone looking at emails, and then I just look up, and this out of the trails there in the back, you could see there's this long stretch of grass and this lawn, and all of a sudden this orange sweater and just appears, and it's this woman, and she's holding her boots, and she's walking barefoot on the grass, and she's walking straight beeline towards me, and I went. It's like she emerged from the tree because it's like I didn't know where she came from, and it was Chloe Zhao,
Who
and
seems
I
very
was
one with nature.
who's very one with nature, very very much inner meditative mode, and I I didn't want to bother her, but then she just looked at me right before she walked up the stairs, and she went, "Hello," and it was just very very like, oh, okay, now I can actually talk to you about how this movie emotionally wrecked me, and so we had like a nice conversation, and but it was just like. If you see Hamnet, her emerging from a tree is not surprising.
No, it's a
Like
great
it's
metaphor.
not.
Yeah.
But it's one of the best films of the year. I don't really give a shit what some of these people have like. It feels like the movie where like people have tried to make a villain already and tried to say a lot of negative things, and then there's also the whole like he didn't emotionally devastate me that much kind of crowd already on some
I'm
reviews,
a
and it's
tough
like,
cookie.
yeah, I'm
If I
tough,
lose a
yeah.
kid, I'm just gonna tough
Yeah,
it out.
yeah, yeah. I'm just going to work on Monday. You know what I mean? It's like get a fucking life. But
Yeah.
like, no, it'll be a movie that we're going to be talking about the rest of the year as one of the best,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and also during Oscar season. So
So that weekend, I'm correct that The Secret Agent is going out in theaters on Thanksgiving, right?
yes, which
Yeah,
is
and
like
that's
a great movie.
yeah, we've talked about that. Didn't you kind of do a 180 on that one?
What do you mean?
Did you not like it for no, that wasn't you, maybe
No,
that
no, no.
you liked it the first time. Yeah.
I love the Secret Agent.
Okay,
How
got
dare
remember.
you?
No, sorry. Kleber Mendoza Filho, it's Wagner Moura. It's a 70s in Brazil, kind of during the last years of the dictatorship. And we follow Wagner Moura, who's trying to sort of escape persecution. He reunites with his son. It has spectacular, almost magical realism scenes in it, lots of nods to the popular culture of the time, from Jaws to other things. It has an incredible cast of characters that feel so authentic, and I love this movie. So
I love it too. I hope everybody gets to see it. It feels like the one of the neon titles that needs people to start seeing it more than
oh, the
sentimental value.
Brazilians will
Or
help us out with that.
God, I hope so. Brazil, I'm not. We got to do our thing
Yeah, come
because
on now, people.
you got to help me out because I think Wagner Moura is absolutely incredible in this film, and um, it's so unique in its filmmaking. It's kind of it's one of a kind. So yeah, I really hope people get to check it out.
Ryan Johnson is back. Wake Up Dead Man, next Knives Out mystery that weekend too. There's such a nice little mix. You can go see a different type of movie every day on
Yeah.
Thanksgiving weekend.
You could
I
see
have
one that
not
fucks
seen
you up
this
and
one.
then you're laughing your ass off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Benoit Blanc is back. Daniel
Yeah.
Craig. Tell us about it because you've seen it. I haven't.
I've seen it twice. I've been able to see it twice. And it's
Da di
fantastic.
da.
I'm sorry, Christina. I went to two other film festivals and I saw it at TIFF at the premiere, and then I was lucky enough to see it again in Milkburg. Just it was last film of the fest, and I went, wow, why not? And go having a fun at a Ryan Johnson film. I think it's my favorite so far of the Knives Out films because it's darker. They're going back to as Ryan Johnson says, we're going back to church with this one. Edgar Allan Poe and John Dixon Carr are the inspirations for this, and it's about a priest who, go is sent to this small town where another priest is sort of, blindly co-opted his entire flock, and then a murder happens, an unexpected death happens, and that young priest is the prime suspect, and played by Josh O'Connor. And the cast includes Josh Brolin and Glenn Close and Kerry
Since
Washington.
Josh
And
O'Connor is in every film of the year,
yes, he is.
you can,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, he's in every film, and this might be the best work of all of them.
Oh,
which
good.
says a lot. Because I think he's doing things here with his accent, his comedic timing, his relationship with Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc is sensational. They have great chemistry. Um, and so I think it's one of the yeah it's a hell of a fun time. It's also very personal for Johnson. I've already been able to talk with them. That episode that interview will be coming soon over at Awards Watch later this year, and this is a very personal film, kind of tackling belief and religion and our fears and how to manipulate those and find forgiveness. So it's a little bit more meatier of a Knives Out mystery here, along with being hilarious and fun and having some great
How do you rank the
time.
three?
I would say this one and then the first one and then
Oh, so this
the
is
second
number
one.
one for you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think it is. I think that the more I think on it because it's got some really it's not like I think Glass Onion was so big and
Mhm.
so and that felt so Netflixy that this one actually feels more in
Personal.
the realm of the first one, and I think that this one is more grounded than that one. And there was always some stuff about the first one, I was all like, but like now, and I still like that film, but there were some nitpicks I had with it, and this one I just found to be really fun, and I think it's also just got to do with Josh. Like Josh is the best lead we character that helps Benoit Blanc solve the mystery. He's the best one we've had so far,
What
and
about Glenn
so
Close?
oh,
Oscar?
she's so much fun.
Yeah.
Oscar nomination, I don't know, maybe. I mean, like that category is
Everyone
so
wants it.
so fucked up. Like,
Mhm.
like the supporting actress category is so like, what are we gonna do here? Who's gonna win? Who's even gonna get nominated? I don't think she's gonna win for this. I mean, if any, if anyone of that generation's gonna win an Oscar this year, it's gonna be Amy Madigan. It feels
Mhm.
like that's becoming more and more of a thing, right?
I think
Is like,
so. I'm sticking with Amy.
I think so.
That's gonna
I think
be.
so.
It
That would be
has the narrative. It
awesome.
has everything. That'd be
It would be
amazing.
awesome. But like, no, Glenn's great and very funny
And
too.
and
And
you
so
do know that Conan is gonna come out as Aunt Gladys,
I can't fucking
top of the
wait.
fucking
Like,
show. With
yeah,
he has,
yeah,
he's gonna
like,
make jokes about the same hair color. Blah blah blah. We
yeah,
already. It's like
the scale.
written for
He,
him.
he's gonna talk about like how he has the same skin tone as her, her with makeup on, him without it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, it'll be great. It'll be fun. So
We really should get that writing gig for him.
yeah, we really
Yeah.
should. Now I'm thinking about it. We're gonna lose out on some money there.
All right. Let's move on to December. I just want to quickly talk about a movie that I think both of you and I mean, we hardly even have to talk about how good this is. There's going to be a re-release, a unified version of Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair, coming out in December. I mean, exciting, right?
Yeah, I might see this twice in one day.
You think so?
I think I'm gonna go twice.
This
So,
is amazing.
so that would be 8 hours in the theater. So like a full time job, you know? Because I've been wanting to see this for so long. Like Christina, you have no idea. Like I saw this, I've seen this before, but on a shitty, ripped, like DVD off of the internet, kind of transfer. So I've known about this for years, and this is the why I have always said Kill Bill is one movie, and it's because of this. And Kill Bill is my favorite Quentin Tarantino film. Like I think that it is this big sprawling masterpiece for him. And I mean, as much as I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's like this was when like, oh shit, like I like when people had Pulp Fiction, I had Kill Bill. Does that make sense?
Right, right.
And
And I mean,
I
Uma
can't wait to see
Thurman,
it.
and so I just, I,
I can't wait to see it. I like
iconic.
it's iconic and it's so great, and we get to finally see that no more black and white in the when she battles the crazy 88. It's all going to be in color. It's all going to be bloody and it's uncut, and it's it'll be 4 hours, but god damn it, it'll be worth it, and we're going to see it. And either 70 or 35 millimeter. And I'm just happy Tarantino's letting us all do it for a night. That would be, it'll be great. And so I'll be there and I'm going to buy my tickets and I don't give a shit how much they are. I'll pay $100 to see this thing. No, I will not actually. I don't want to spend $100 on a ticket, but I want to see it
In
like
spirit,
ASAP.
you spend
This
$100 a day.
is it my most anticipated film of the fall, and it's a movie I've seen already.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, it
no.
is. You know,
All right, December 12th. I know very little about Ella McKay, but it's James L. Brooks' movie, a comedy drama, I think. What do you know? What can you,
yeah. I mean, like it's James
are
L.
you looking
Brooks
forward to?
returning. I am
Mhm.
looking forward to it. I love James L. Brooks's
I love
films,
him too.
and I think that it's very interesting that this movie hasn't premiered anywhere, and we haven't gotten a
I know
that
nothing.
it didn't go to a festival and even like AFI, and yeah, we know nothing about
Is
it, and
that
nobody's.
worrisome?
I mean, it is from the standpoint it's like James L. Brooks isn't making like Oscar movies anymore. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I thought the trailers looked lovely, and it looked like Jamie Lee Curtis actually acting. And so, I'm looking forward to it. I want this is the type of easy breezy kind of shit you need to balance out some of the heavier stuff at the fall. And James L. Brooks is not going to be making movies left and right anymore. Being an older
Who's in
filmmaker,
it?
so it's well, who's in it? Well, I thought you had all that
Mm.
pulled up. But I
I
can tell you
realized
what.
on this one I didn't.
So it's Emma Mackey. She plays the titular Ellen
Oh,
McKay.
right.
It's Woody Harrelson, Camille Nanjiani, Iowa Debris, Jack Loudon, Rebecca Hall, Albert Brooks, Jamie Lee Curtis. It's a pretty big cast, and yeah, it comes out December 12th. We don't know even how long it is. It has started screening a little bit in Los Angeles, but I expect that to start picking up here soon. And yeah, I hope it's good, you know.
Hope so too. Um, Bradley Cooper will be back on December
Yes.
19th with Is This Thing On, that premiered in New York at the festival, co-written with Will Arnett, who also plays the lead. This is the other performance from Laura Dern, which I found incredible. I thought she was so good at this. Will Arnett plays a middle-aged guy that they're going through. The film starts off with a divorce between the two, and he kind of finds a new lease on life, new purpose, doing stand-up comedy in New York, and you sort of follow this couple and on the journey through their divorce and what happens in that. What did you think of it? Bradley
Uh,
Cooper plays a role in it as well, which I actually think he's really good in. One of my favorite Bradley Cooper performances.
I think that he plays, let me check the notes, a character named Balls. Anyway, I actually was very surprised at how good this is and how much I liked it. It felt like a first film for him, and then you go into the epics, and instead he went into like the epic big movies with Star is Born and Maestro,
Maestro, yeah.
and then he's taking a step back, which I think is great
I love it.
because
I love it. I thought so too. It was a really it felt like divorce movies of yore.
yes, and then um, I think Will Arnett is delivering one of the surprise great performances of the year. I think Laura Dern's fantastic. It was lovely to see Eric Anderson's doppelganger of Sean Hayes
Sean
in there.
Hayes.
I'm telling you, when they're raiding the fridge at the summer friends
Yeah, yeah.
cottage or whatever, when they're raiding the fridge and the glasses are off, Sean Hayes in the dark looks exactly like Eric
Eric
Anderson right
Anderson.
before he's about to go to bed. Like we've stayed with Eric. We
It's
know what he
true.
looks like, and it was dead on. I was like, I was told by Sophia, like, get ready for it. And I was not prepared for, like, wow, how accurate this whole thing was. But No, I think it's really great and it's very small and but yet it's very funny and heartfelt and um yeah, just a really welcoming change of pace for him. And yes, he's not the lead in this, but he gets to come in and steal a couple scenes with Arnett. He owes a lot to Arnett, as like Arnett was the reason why he's sober, Bradley Cooper, and still around. And so he gave his buddy a vehicle here that I think is really good. Like it's a
Yeah, and
really
Arnett,
solid
it
film.
feels, I'm sure there's some personal elements with him. His, went through a divorce with Amy Poehler and it just feels real. And even though it's in this package of comedy and just everything feels like it's real.
Yes, it does, and it feels very lived in. And it's a great New York movie, and I just
Yeah.
I was very happy that it wasn't a dud because I was hoping Bradley was not going to deliver one, and I think now we can say
He has. I
he can
liked it
he
too.
can consistently deliver. So like the next one, we should maybe not doubt that he's going to deliver something good. I think at this
No,
point he's earned the benefit of the doubt going forward.
absolutely. All right, good segue. Real and lived in is the exact way I'd describe Big Jim's Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Hell yeah.
Probably not, but I know you're very much looking forward to Big Jim's latest. All right, take it away, Ryan.
Uh, Christina, did you see the runtime for
I
how long
don't
this
know
is going to be?
when. Are we up in like 8 hours now or what?
3 hours and 15 minutes,
Mm,
the longest one yet. And you know what I
of
say?
course.
Make it bigger, make it longer, make it Jimmier. You know,
Is that possible?
you know
Yes.
what?
Okay.
Don't threaten him with a with a challenge because he'll
Tempting
deliver it.
fate.
The fourth one's going to come out in 2 years, and you're going to be like, it's 4 hours long with an intermission and a Daniel Blumberg score. No, I'm
Volker Bertelmann score.
yeah, I am very much looking forward to this. I'm on the record. I hated the first Avatar. I thought it was absolute shit. Okay, and then I saw The Way of Water, and I went, oh, this kind of rules.
Hmm.
Like this one rules because like it got all the exposition and the introductory to the world out of the way, which is I hate. I hate when movies are just a setup for the next thing. And then the sequel actually got to have conflict and it had some silly shit in it and it just was whatever the fuck it was. And it was so beautiful too. Like you just couldn't I couldn't get over it. And so, like, yeah, he's doing a fire world now. Sign me the hell up. Let's go. Like, because he's the only one that understands how to make really great action work, and you can kind of see it in the trailer. And it seems like this conflict is bubbling up and rising within this world, and I'm looking forward to it. Like, I maybe it's bad, maybe it's good. Who cares? It's the last big movie of the year, like and of that scale.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna say.
let's
Oh, we have
let's let's
two more I want
I
to
know we
mention.
have like two more. Yeah, I know. But like I'm talking like when he makes movies, they're events. So why would I not be anticipating a new event from him? Like even if it's Avatar, like I'm
Oh,
excited
I
for
love
it.
a
Like
good event movie. It's
yeah.
just that it feels like I've seen this one
I know
two
well,
other times.
yeah, but we don't say that about Dune. We don't say that about I mean, people say that about comic book movies, but like, you
I
know,
say that about other movies too.
I know, but like he's I don't know. I mean, we didn't say that about Knives Out, which is
No,
like,
but
oh, he's just making another mystery with
no,
an
but there's a.
ensemble. How original. Like it's my thing is that he's creating his own IP. And I think between that and like the Wick franchise and those guys creating their own and what Ryan Johnson's doing as well with Knives Out, I think that should be celebrated. I think we should embrace it. I know it's 3 hours and 15 minutes. I know it's in that high frame rate. I know it's still in 3D. I know it's all those things, and it's like, yeah, but
No, I admire the
no, I know you
you
do.
know.
I'm like, that's where I have my heart at it with it. I'm like, this is kind of important because these movies are rare because everything is so built within like existing IP, and there's very few filmmakers making their own, and so it's like, yeah, I get all the qualms about Big Jim and being in like a fucking underground layer, like a Bond villain when he does interviews and shit like that. But we got to champion this cinema, and it's going to make like at least $1.5 billion.
Oh yeah.
Like it's going to make a
I'm
shit
not
ton of
worried
money,
about
which
him
is
going
great
penniless.
because
Yeah.
the theaters need it. You
Mhm.
know, that and Zootopia, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Tutopia, as Jay Ledbetter's been calling it. We need these movies to make money. Like, I'm
Agreed.
fucking,
Agreed.
I'm fucking annoyed with Wicked, and yet I need that movie to make 500,
Yeah.
600
We're
million
we're rooting
dollars.
for it. We're
I'm
rooting
rooting
for
for it
it.
in that aspect. Don't get it crossed, people. You know, don't get it.
All right, I want to do two Christmas weekend movies,
Okay.
quite different ones. The last one I want to talk about is my other most anticipated of these weeks that we've talked about. The first one, um, also highly anticipated by me, is The Testament of Anne Lee,
Ooh, you
which
haven't seen
is
that one?
I haven't, Mona
Mm.
Fostwald's co-written with her partner Brady Corbett, starring Amanda Seyfried as Anne Lee. She's the founder of the Shakers religious sect in the 18th century. Um, it's a historical drama, but also a musical. I think the what I'm hearing from you guys that have seen it and the trailer looks amazing. Am I
Yeah,
right?
it's I have seen it, right? And I think that I want to watch it again. I kind of got distracted in my screening because they were like, it's a 70 millimeter screening, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, cool. Or 35 millimeter or whatever. It was on like film, 35 millimeter. And I was like, oh, cool. That's so great. And then about halfway through or halfway into the introduction, it like turned off and they had to turn on the DCP. And so I kind of lost momentum by
Mm-hmm.
the end. I was like, what is this movie? And then I also, there's like a voiceover in it that
Didn't work for you?
wasn't a big fan of, but I want to watch it again because like those performances are so good and they're so committed. That damn Amanda Seyfried, my God, she's so great. Lewis Pullman too. So there's a lot to admire. I think the idea of like, a lot of people being like, it's the brutalist for the girls. And I'm like, well, the
You know
brutalist is
what? The
great.
Brutalist was for the girls too.
Yeah,
Go
exactly.
fuck yourselves.
I was that's what I was saying. I'm like every movie is for the guys and the girls. All right, like I hate those. I hate when
Ugh,
people say that shit out of Edison. She wasn't saying that at me, people. She's saying that at everybody else.
yeah.
But so I had a lot of that going in my head. I think, which is what I don't like either, which is people putting shit in my head before I see a movie. So I want to see it again. It was also like 9:30 in the morning, which I think 9:30 in the morning, 9:30 at night, never a good
Hmm.
idea.
That's your cutoff.
So I really want to rewatch it again. I respect the fuck out of it. I don't love
Liked it,
it.
didn't love it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to watch it again. Like it's one of the ones that I'm like, I want to give a second shot to this season. I mean, I gave it to Sentimental Value and I loved it on the second go round.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, that's
you
the
know,
one I was thinking of, not Secret Agent. It was Sentimental Value that you
I
reevaluated.
flipped.
Yep, you
Yeah,
flipped. That's it.
I flipped because I saw it with, proper rest and caffeine.
I knew it was one of the
And
Cannes films that you.
yeah, and I immediately texted you. I went, "What the fuck was wrong with
Yeah.
me? Why didn't
Yeah.
I like that?" I think I saw a different movie at Cannes. I
Hmm.
really do. Like I saw a movie completely different than the one I saw in New York. Like, and I think that just shows that, like, hey, we're
Yeah, it's
human.
good to see something twice if
Yeah, if you
when you
get the
get that.
chance. Yeah,
All right, Safdie Brother number two is up with the big Christmas movie. Have you seen Marty Supreme?
I see it next Thursday.
Yeah. I have not seen it yet either. of course, the return of Chalamet.
Chalamet, Chalamet, as Adam Sandler would say.
Gwyneth
Um,
Paltrow, Odessa Azion. Of course, this is the ping pong film. This is New York in the 50s. It's a kind of a biopic of the real ping pong player. Um, it looks, I'm hearing great things.
yeah,
People are
I've
loving it from the New
people.
York, from the festival.
Well, I mean, how can I be nice about this? Um, you would be nice too if you got to see a movie that doesn't come out for 3 months, and it was the only screening at the time. Like, it was very A24 film bro
Oh, so
attended.
you don't believe the hype.
Well, it didn't had screenings in LA the next week with
Hmm.
critics, and it played fine. It didn't play to the this is the greatest movie since sliced bread. If Uncut Gems was like this, then so has to be this, and Chalamet's winning every Oscar, and it's like, guys, this goes with the Ariana Grande people out there. It's like it's a long season. There's narratives. This movie is from what I hear a lot. I'm looking forward to it. I loved Uncut Gems. I loved Good Time. I loved what the Safdie brothers did early in their career. This is really kind of a continuation of that more than Smashing Machine, which is a movie I don't like, which is a movie I know that you were very mixed on as well too. And so I'm looking forward to this. It does kind of look like the same formula of that. Just plug Timothy Chalamet in. If I've heard it's like 2.5 hours long, and it's very relentless, and he's playing a little shit, which is kind of like art imitating life right now. But the thing about it is, it's like Chalamet. This is such an fascinating test of where A24 is at, where Chalamet is at, where Josh Safdie's at in his career, because this is an 80 million, 70, $80 million film. It's about a fucking ping pong player that nobody like, that's mostly fictionalized. And it's going to be carried on the back of Timothy Chalamet, which it's going to be released in the, as this, wide release in the middle of a wave where Big Jim is going to just, eat shit up at the
Yeah,
box
Big Jim will
office.
still be Big Jim in that
Yeah, he'll be
weekend.
jimming along. And the thing about it is it's like, if he is that movie star, he should be able to get this to $100 million. He should be able to get this to somewhat profitability. And they've had a problem with that this year with, Smashing Machine, Eddington. Some of these films have just made fucking nothing. The only one that's actually like really, really done well was Materialists. But there was also a lot of people very upset with that movie
Mhm.
because it wasn't what they thought it was going to be. So I'm very curious about it. And yes, everybody has him out in front for a movie most people haven't seen, most people won't see. And they did this a lot last year.
Mhm.
And where they want to anoint him, but then he makes comments about television actors, and then he
Mhm.
makes comments about being a father, which were very uh, weird. And then he does the video of him being with the ping pong balls and the click commander, and he does all these things, and it's like, you may have turned 30, but you still are acting like a 20-year-old. And so it'll be very interesting to see. Film wise, I'm very much looking forward to it. The noise surrounding it, Christina,
Doesn't
is
he
kind.
need a little good talking to by Leo?
He had a good talking to by Leo
Sit
when they
down,
did Don't
but
Look
he
Up.
needs another one.
I think that he's very much taking this fame of being the only one that is the movie star right now, and it's going straight to his head. And I think that you can say, like, okay, the SAG speech last year of like, I'm trying to pursue greatness. That's great. But then if you follow that up with like, of course I'm fucking mad that, I lost the Oscar. Who wouldn't be? And like, and not humbling yourself and realizing that, like, you know what? That's not the goal. If I win one, it would be great. Would love to accept that. But the work is like watching Scorsese, Mr. Scorsese. and seeing that documentary, what did Scorsese say there when he about him winning his Oscar? He's like, and not winning it
Yeah.
early. If I won that early, it would have killed me,
Yeah.
right?
I would have been dead.
I would have been dead. And there's something about that here. It's like anointing this kid is kind of why Leo waited so long. That's why
And it's
Bradley
funny that
Cooper
we're
is
still
still
calling
waiting.
him the kid. A woman in her 30s would be like, she's too old to get the
Right?
Oscar.
Yeah, but this is how we think with men.
Hmm.
Like with men, we expect maturity. Women, we are like, give them to them as young as possible because we don't know
Because
when
that's it. Then
because
they're
there's a double standard because by the time they're 40, women are discarded, and by the
Mhm.
time men are 40, they're hitting their prime.
Mhm.
Like look at Leo in his 40s and see the films he's making, and then see some of his contemporaries in the movies they're getting to make, especially women. So um, it'll be very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting case study. It premiered or it screened again last night at the WGA in Los Angeles, and it played really well. But audiences will be very interesting, like an audience score. How people are going to take a Safdie film like that. Very gnarly. Yeah, it'll be. I mean, we're looking forward to it. You're looking forward
Oh,
to it,
I'm looking very much looking forward to it.
but
Mm.
but yeah, it's like I would if I was his PR people, would be like, maybe less is more. Maybe more round tables with other actors because like he was all like,
That
I
would
don't
be
understand
nice.
why I
Yeah.
didn't win. It's like, well, you're on Theo Von's podcast. Maybe go sit on actors and actors.
Hmm.
Maybe like maybe go do the more traditional stuff. Maybe just keep it low. You
Yeah, I'd
know,
love to see him in conversation with a few other actors. That'd be really interesting.
get him to talk with Leo
Hmm.
on actors this year, and that'll get him to stop some of this. So
All right. I think there's, of course, lots of other movies we could talk about, but you'll be back on the show, and I can't wait to talk about some of these once they've come out too, so we can really dissect them, see what
yeah,
happened at the box office. Did Big Jim steamroll over everything, or what are we looking at? Did Wicked? What's going to happen?
did Wicked fly in and take over? Could you imagine like Elphaba fighting what is it, the Navi in
Mm.
like, and just like in the sky, like Jake Sully versus Elphaba, like green versus blue. Like, wouldn't that be wouldn't you like that?
I'd
Like,
see
that's the
that
new,
movie though.
would you watch that? You would watch that
I
movie, right?
would. I would watch that
Yeah,
movie.
that would be kind of badass. I'm not
It
gonna lie.
would. As long as we could, maybe Tarantino could make it, it'd be really
Oh
good.
my God. Yeah. And then everybody at the end is eating a Royale with cheese,
Yeah. Mm. Ryan, you'll be back on soon, right? It's been a
Yeah.
few too
I'm
many
not going
weeks.
I'm not going anywhere.
Mm.
We gotta talk movies. It's the nitty gritty, folks. We're getting down to it. We're getting down to it. It's the end of the year. We've got end of the year stuff to talk about. We got to talk about our favorite films. We got to talk about our favorite performances, scenes. Maybe we'll talk some television. There's some big
Yeah, let's
TV
do a
stuff coming out.
mega end of the year
Yeah.
episode with all the sort
6
of best
hours
stuff.
long, no intermission.
Mm.
Um, it'll be as long as the whole bloody affair.
Exactly. Only audio if you go to an IMAX theater.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna put it up, IMAX, my face,
Mhm.
and scare half of America.
Oh. Thank you so much. Tell everyone where they can read all of these amazing bunch of interviews you've been up to and the
You
ones coming
can
up.
find all my work at awardswatch.com. And that's where, yeah, all the interviews are up there right now. Go read them all. We have the Awards Watch podcast, which releases on Mondays. We have Director Watch, where we just started our last series of the year over the films of Claire Denis. So I'm really excited about that. Our episode with Eric next week for Beau Travail will be up on Thursday. And then, yeah, just go click on that stuff and read it all over on the website.
And on Pop Culture Confidential, there'll be a whole bunch of new things rolling out at the end of the year. And you can find the show wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much for listening and see you next time.